Welcome to the next edition of the Art of Women Tampa Bay Art Chat. I'm producer, speaker, coach Renee Warmack, and am honored to have Alex Jones here today on the Art Chat. And I was very, very thrilled to have Alex in my very first The Art of Women event that I produced. I met her at a coffee shop, just kind of walked up to her and said, hey, you know, she was shooting a film. And I'm like, hey, do you want to talk about being in this thing I'm starting, this opportunity to showcase female artists in kind of a fun environment where there's exhibits and interaction, and leans towards the digital filmmaking side, and you were really cool to sign on. You're a fellow University of South Florida alumna. Go Bulls. You have so many things that you do. You're a foodie blogger, you're a fashionista blogger, you are shoot, edit, produce films. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm very pleased to have you on here. So is there anything, also you have a day job thing that you do that's really pretty cool. I'll let you mention if you'd like to mention that, and anything I missed, anything you'd like to add to your bio, and then we'll get started.
No, I think you pretty much mentioned everything, really.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So let's start off with film, since I'm a filmmaker, and I'm so in awe of people like you that do it all. You know, I don't edit, and that's the really those are the really smart people. No offense to my producer director people, but you know, that is amazing. And so talk to me. You know, we met because you were working on the Seminole Heights restaurant kind of expose of the foodie scene in Seminole Heights. So let's start talking about your filmmaking and how you started in filmmaking.
Okay. Like you said, I went to USF for my bachelor's and master's. So my bachelor's is in broadcast news, mass communications, concentration broadcast news, and my final like 2 semesters we did documentaries. So my first documentary was about health through the ages, and my segment was on health for the elderly people. So that was my first time. So I was nervous, just getting all the footage, and then having a time limit. And I'm like, how am I supposed to get all the stuff and make it like 7 minutes long? And the same thing for my second doc in undergrad, which was about CTE. Same thing, but the only difference was I was on camera for this one.
What's CTE?
So,
What's CTE?
oh my gosh, I can't remember what the entire thing stands for. Yeah, what the acronym is, but it deals with football players, and like every time they're getting hit in the head with their helmet,
maybe like cerebral trauma or something like that.
Something like that, but
wow.
like because they're getting hit in their head so often, and oftentimes from a young age until they're, I don't know, 30s or whatever, it causes a lot of trauma. A lot of bad things can happen. So yeah, I did that. And then for grad school, I did my final project on the food scene in Seminole Heights. So I covered several restaurants and just talked about the evolution from, you know, when I first came to college, I didn't know anywhere to eat. So just seeing the progression of the restaurant scene there from, I don't know, when it first started to get popular up until now, where the Florida Avenue is lined with different restaurants and little coffee shops and stuff. So yeah, that's, like you said, that's how I met you, because I was interviewing the owner over at Jet City coffee shop. I don't think it's there anymore.
It's not.
No, I think it's another coffee shop though. Yeah, I was there, and a 30-minute documentary. I pretty much did everything from producing, directing, editing, putting in music, I guess maybe a little art directing.
I love it. You let me see it. I saw it. Is it online somewhere right now, or are you able to?
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. So I did everything, and you know, I'm sitting at work editing the doc, So I had a pretty quick turnaround, and yeah, I got it done.
I love it. I love it. And then for the Art of Women, I'm trying to remember I know you did the video, I know, with Brenda Bohannon, who we've also interviewed here, in the installation for her, and got her story, which was awesome. And that was a very cool collaborative installation. And so talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that was fun. I didn't know Brenda before I met her, so it was me and also Natasha Samrany. She invited us over to her house one Saturday, and we were there for a few hours, and we just giggled and cracked up laughing, and ate food and drank wine and shot her video. And I think this might have been the first time she's done a video, I think.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, so I told her, just relax, pretend we're just having a conversation. And before she knew it, we were done shooting, and she was like, you know what, it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty fun.
So the installation was, her art, and I'll post the link to that interview that I have it, that you did.
Okay.
Her art, and the video was running. We had a screen, so they were actually able to experience her backstory and put headphones on to listen and meet her. And you were there too, so it was very special. I loved it. I loved the connection, and that's part of what this group is all about, or this the Art of Women Tampa Bay initiative that I've founded, and I'm so glad you were involved in that. All right, so talk about your writing. You are killing it out there, and with the food blogging and fashionista stuff. And I want to hear what you're doing with it, what your goals are with it. And you also, I think, have a side gig with Creative Loafing.
Yeah. So, my blog covers food, fashion, hair, travel whenever I do go somewhere. So the last place I just went to was Atlanta. So I wrote about that, as far as like 6 restaurants that I ate at, and like 6 cool places to eat in Atlanta on a weekend getaway. So stuff like that. And then another food thing I did last year was actually put out the documentary about the Black restaurant scene here in Tampa Bay.
Right. Love it.
Yeah, it's funny because I think probably around this time last year, I was still editing it and trying to figure out exactly when I wanted to put it out. And that was also fun, a lot of fun doing it. And it's pretty much helped tremendously in 2020 from like podcast interviews that I did. And good. I think as of right now, it might have like 1,600 or 1,700 YouTube views, which is insane.
How long is that? How long is that documentary?
It's about 30 minutes long.
Okay.
It's about 30 minutes long. And so I pretty much got the idea from Robert, because a lot of times whenever we did travel, that was a big part of it, going to the Black-owned restaurants in whatever city we were in. So I was like, you know what, I want to do one for Tampa because nobody's done it, and I want to do it.
And Robert's your other half.
Robert,
partner.
Yeah, yeah. Robert's my boyfriend. 7.5 years. Woo! So he helped me out with it. I put his music in it, like nice. I do for. Yeah, like I do for, I think even in the Seminole Heights video, his music's in it too at the end, the credits.
Oh, so, I didn't know he did music. I didn't know he did film music. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, he does music. So he's really good at it. He's been featured on like a few little like mixtapes and stuff like that, like some big people.
Great.
So yeah, and then as far as food writing is concerned, I've been at Creative Loafing for, it'll be 4 years this summer. So I started as an intern, and once my internship was over, they were like, if you want to stay, that's fine. This time you'll be paid. So I was like, okay, I'll stay.
Good for you. Good for you.
I'll stay. So Yeah, I cover food. So a lot of times, just like openings and closings or, food related stories. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about restaurants. So right now
Right.
it's kind of been about like community gardens and, obviously now it's kind of hard for people to eat or like find food.
Yeah.
So kind of getting into that beat.
Like
But yeah,
food deserts and
yeah,
things like
food
that.
deserts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like farmers markets. There's one in South St. Pete that's at Manhattan Casino every Tuesday.
Okay.
So stuff like that. And then the last story I did was about a community garden that hopes to open this spring. So hopefully that story comes out soon. And yeah, so that whole topic right there is completely different than what I've written for them before, because before I would just cover restaurants and new places to eat. So it's been fun.
And okay, so you had an internship with them, but take me back. How did you get interested in writing about food and fashion? And
Oh, well, shoot, fashion pretty much my whole life. I've been thrifting since I was a kid. My mom worked at Salvation Army, even when I was a baby. So she would always bring stuff home and we would go to garage sales all the time. And then I think I started really, really getting into it in high school. Um, my grandma would get me like Harper's Bazaar magazine. So you kind of learn the intricacies about different designers and stuff. So even sometimes me and Robert will talk about it and I'll just like go off on tangents like, yeah, so this designer, he did that. And like, for example, inauguration fashions, we were talking about like Michelle Obama's outfit and,
sure.
Kamala's coat and everything. And
Yeah.
even her nephew, her nephew's shoes were pretty popular. So stuff like that. And outfits, it's now it's more of like a collaborative effort. If I'll put something together, he'll come in and do some little tweaks, and sometimes it might work out better than than what I
Ah,
initially had. Um, Fashion, shoot, like I said, I've been thrifting forever. I've always loved clothes. Even now, right now, I buy more shoes and bags than actual, you know, clothes.
right.
Like I'm getting a trench coat in the mail today.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just got in the mail. But
Those
and
are
then
very popular now with the whole,
yes,
I mean,
yes,
all that we've seen on TV lately
exactly. And I'm
with
like,
the
I need a
politics.
I need a new coat. So as far as food, when I moved here in 2007 for college, my world didn't go beyond Fowler Avenue because I didn't have a car. So I didn't know anywhere to eat except like Taco Bus. But maybe around once I got older and I was like, you know what? And I was with Robert. I was like, you know what? My family comes here from Orlando, and I don't want to take them to just like the chain restaurants. No offense to the chains. They
Yeah.
do what they have to do, but Applebee's here is gonna have the same stuff in Orlando.
Yeah.
So let's find these like local restaurants here because that's how you learn about a city, through the local restaurants. And so it evolved, and once I applied to grad school, I saw there was a food writing and photography program, and so I applied and I got accepted, and it just
Blossom from there.
blossomed from there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I love seeing your Instagram posts of the food and your fashion. I know that's one of
Thanks.
the main places I see you, and you're a real pro out there with it. Just want to do a little shout out behind me. We've got some articles and things that have been posted, and one of them,
Yeah.
when I have the Art of Women events, I always do press releases and post the bios and images of the artists just for our viewers to be updated. So if you are in one of my events, I pitch you to the media if I can find some angles and things that hopefully will be hooks, and we got a pretty good a bit of
Yeah.
press picture and everything. So that was a
Yeah.
really, really fun and really cool time to get that. It really, really helped the event with exposure, and you were really wonderful to be
Yeah,
interviewed.
mine, my plaque is actually hanging in Robert's office.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, good. Well, so let's drill down just a little bit on filmmaking, because again, you just intrigued me so much. Tell me, just go through kind of specifically what do you use to edit with? What kind of a edit suite? What kind of camera do you have? Any technical
Yeah.
stuff, just to kind of drill down a little bit.
I pretty much edit in Adobe Premiere Pro.
Okay.
Um, I've been using Adobe probably since I've graduated college,
Okay.
undergrad specifically. And then as far as the camera, I just use a regular Sony A6000. So, nothing fancy. Excuse me, nothing fancy. And that's the only camera I use for the Sono Heights video, and also the my other doc. It's called a Soulful Taste,
Yeah.
a black-owned restaurant documentary. So that's all I use. And
Gotcha.
maybe as far as B-roll, maybe my phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it does a great job. It does a great job. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So tell me, give me any goals that you have or visions that you have in your artistic endeavors at all. Whether
Um.
it's a number of followers or
Oh man.
whatever.
Um. Pretty okay. So one, I don't even know why this is like a goal. Um. Pretty shallow. I was like, by the end of 2021, I want like 2,000 Instagram followers.
I
I
like
mean,
it. No,
I
that's
think I'm
good.
like,
That's good.
I, I think I'm at maybe close to 1850 already.
Okay.
So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. Another goal, I want to get more into like travel writing. I want
Yeah.
to do that. Um, oh gosh, probably my one of my biggest goals is to be on either Food Network or a cooking channel. I already have like a TV show
Okay.
concept in my
Yeah.
head. Of course, surrounding Black-owned restaurants, and it's just going to be me and Robert.
I love it.
Another goal, as far as fashion is concerned, yes, to be a like an all-around lifestyle writer. So,
Yeah.
fashion, everything with my blog, and
Yeah.
go to the different fashion weeks. So
Nice. I
I
love
think
it.
right now it might be like Paris men's, but all of them. I want
Okay.
to go to them all. So,
Cool. Nice.
or okay, one more to be like a natural hair guru. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, now that's nichey. That's a good niche.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that just a little bit so people understand what that means.
Okay, so oh man, hopefully I don't talk your ear off. Let's see. So I started going natural in 2003. So I was starting high school, and around that time, oh man, there were no resources at all. Like no blogs about like how to handle your natural hair, like going from permed hair to non-permed hair. It's a challenge. What products to use? Whereas now I can go to YouTube, look up a product review, or even Instagram. So you have like these different communities now that you didn't have in
Right.
2003.
Yeah.
So it's fun to see that whole progression. So that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Might partner with some hair brands and all that.
That would be cool. Get you a
Yes.
sponsorship. Nice.
Yes.
Good.
That's another
Well,
goal.
that's exciting. You have so much going on, and you have really, enjoyed a lot of successes, and I look forward to seeing how as you grow and blossom even more. I don't understand how you do all that you do, but it blows my mind. And I wanted to see if you had some tips or a pearls of wisdom for our viewers who,
Mhm.
in any realm that you have, whether it's about specific art or I always say claim your power, capture your dreams, which is my coaching program mantra, and just kind of the way I try to live my life. Be bold. So
Yeah.
talk to me.
Um, Two things that I try to do. One, if you're a content creator, schedule everything. That way, it's kind
Nice.
of out of sight, out of mind. Like
Love it.
even when I'm at work, I'll schedule everything for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. That way, you don't have to really worry about it. You just get your notification when it's time to post and go from there.
It's like
And
systematizes it. I love
right.
it.
Right. So I use Buffer and Hootsuite to
Yep.
schedule my things. Um, and the second one is get some rest.
Yeah.
So
Self-care.
right, get some rest. I know sometimes I have a problem with that, but other times I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna do anything today. I'm just gonna be lazy.
It's
So
important. Good for you.
so yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, those are my two tips.
Thank you. So let's wrap up. And where can people find you? And we'll put it into the video when we post this. But tell me your
Okay.
favorite outlets and what you'd like to plug for the viewers.
Okay. Let's see. So my Facebook, you can add me on Facebook either by my name, Alexandria Jones, or you can follow my blog's Facebook page, The Frigalista Life. Twitter, it's at Ali O'Malley Cat. Well, Twitter and Instagram, they have the same name, at Ali O'Malley Cat.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Tumblr. I don't know if anybody really still
That's
uses
okay.
Tumblr.
Tell us. That's okay.
Tumblr, the same thing. It's thefrugalisalife.tumblr.com. YouTube, same thing, the Frigalista Life, and you'd
Okay.
be able to watch a Soulful Taste and
Okay.
actually my Seminole Heights documentary
Nice.
about their food scene there too, and
Okay.
a whole bunch of other
You got the
things.
football one about the brain?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
watch that.
Okay.
That's on there. Even the one about elderly health, that's on there too.
Okay, good.
Um,
Okay.
my website, thefrugalisalife.com,
Nice.
and I believe that's it.
I love it. I love it. Well, good for you. And if there's any service or anything for work for hire, I can't imagine how you could do anything else right now. I do know that I
Yes.
referred you over for a work for hire for Community Stepping Stones, a nonprofit, and
You can watch that video on YouTube too.
they hired you to do their kind of overview promo
Right.
video about them, and you crushed
Yeah.
that, and that was a great work for hire for you. Are you open for work for hire?
Yeah, actually, the community stepping stones, that was like my first paid gig, so they paid me pretty well for that.
Good.
But yeah, I'm open for hire for freelance stuff,
Good.
actual full-time stuff,
Okay.
and yeah, anything.
Good, good, good. Well, writer, director, producer, editor, food blogger, fashionista style
Everything.
blogger. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. And I'm honored to know you. And thank you for taking time
Thanks.
for me today on the Art of
No
Women
problem.
Tampa Bay Art Chat. And this is Renee
No
Warmack,
problem.
producer, speaker, coach. And we look forward to posting this exciting interview with Alex Jones. Thank you.
Thank you.